Hi, I'm Mridu. Welcome to Life is Organized TV, the place to live a simple and happy life. And today I'm going to give you a little something to think about when you have an item you know you don't need, but you just can't get yourself to part with it. Like an item that reminds you of a particular person, event, or an experience. I feel like I come across a situation like this almost daily, whether it's dealing with my kids' artwork or a barely used shirt that's hanging in my closet. And the strategy I've been using lately that's really helped me make this decision is asking myself these two questions. Number one, what's the worst thing that could happen if I let go of this? And number two, what's the best thing that can happen if I let go of this? And then I weigh my answers and let them guide my decision. So let's try it out. If I get rid of this piece of artwork, the worst that could happen is that my son would remember it in 3 weeks and ask about it. And then I'd have to tell him that I can't save all his artwork, so I save the most precious ones. And then he can have a tantrum, and then about 4 minutes later, it would be over. Another worst case scenario is that I could reminisce about this one particular piece 20 years from now. But that's not realistic, since I can't even remember what he did yesterday. And I know I already have a bunch of other artwork to reminisce about. So when I think of the worst case stuff that could happen, I realize it's actually a lot less of a big deal than what I've conjured it up in my head to be. Best case scenario, I have less clutter, less to put away, feel less overwhelmed, and have more room for things I really need. And I stop using energy on thinking about this and moving it around and around. Okay, so now I'll try it with this shirt. What is the worst case scenario if I get rid of this? A year from now, I could be looking for that perfect shirt to complete my outfit, and I could wish that I still had this shirt. Although since it's already been sitting in my closet for 2 years unworn, that's not very realistic. But even if that is what I thought, I wouldn't have the shirt, and I guess I'd have to find something else that would work. And that's about it. I can't really think of anything else worse that could happen. And in the grand scheme of life, that's really not so bad. But best case scenario, more room in my closet, less decisions to make when I'm getting dressed, more clothes that I really use and love, and an easier time for me to find an outfit. With both the artwork and the shirt, for me, best case scenario outweighs the worst case scenario. Going through this mental exercise, which by the way really helps if you just say it out loud, can really help rationalize these somewhat irrational and really overblown thoughts and consequences we've built up in our minds when thinking about eliminating some items from our lives. So in this week's challenge, I'd love to hear from you. What is an item you've been on the fence about keeping or getting rid of? And how does a worst case and a best case scenario affect your decision? I'd love to know, so don't be shy to share your awesomeness in the comments below, because you know I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next week with another awesome tip on how to live simple and happy. Bye!